I don't want your naked feet running around the gym. I think it's weird. Simon the Bodybuilder here. Thank you very much for joining me as always. And that's right, today we're going to go back to school. Nobody likes a teacher, so you hate me right now going, you're not my father. Well, maybe I am. The worst thing I've ever said, that's not true. That's never happened. I regret it massively. But here is the point. I'm still going to gyms in 2022. I'm still going to the Fitness Palace of Love. That's right, that's what I call the gym in 2022. And you see people doing things that I don't think they should be doing. I'm going to get on my high horse here and remind you about 10 choices that are forbidden in every gym. Number 10, don't choose to leave your weights out. Now, I know we've talked about this 1,000 times. This is kind of inspired by what a UK gym chain has done recently. Pure Gym has always had signs saying, you better put your weights away, you better put your weights away. But now, one particular branch has not only said you better put your weights away, but when you don't, they have started to suspend you. And this isn't just a, we're going to suspend you. This is a real suspension, because when you flip the sign around, it said, this week, we have suspended 9 people. And I totally agree with this. In what other walk of life are you allowed not to put the thing away that you just got out? You don't pull your car park. You don't pull your car out of a car park and just leave it there. No, you put it in a space and you take it out the space. You don't take out a pack of biscuits and throw 99% of the biscuits on the floor and eat one of them. No, you put them away after you were done. And it's the same with the gym. If you have taken that 20, you've taken the other 20, you put it on that barbell, you smashed out some bench press, you then finish it by taking 120 off, putting it back, taking the other 20 off, and putting it back. That is the end of your workout. That is the end of your set. And before you have done that, terrible things are going to happen to you. And also, don't go and sandwich the weights either. If you can see that there's a 2.5, a 2.5, a 1.5, 1.5, 1.25, don't put the 20 in front of that. It's just stupid. Number 9 is don't choose to stink. Where else do you want to be stinking? Would you be stinking in a meeting? No. Would you be stinking in a restaurant? No. Would you be stinking when you meet your in-laws? No. You would have a wash. You would put deodorant on. You would take some sort of sponge and you'd rub it under your armpits. Do the same in the gym. Now look, if you start smelling mid-workout, that's completely different. But I'm talking about the Mother Hubbards that turn up day 1, minute 1, second 1, and they already start stinking. Nobody wants to smell you. Because what happens if you're weird like me is you get a whiff of that musk and you start to think that you're being infected by something. You're like, oh no, the germs. Because I have serious, serious problems. But just have respect for everybody else and remind yourself that while the gym is a place where you're going to sweat and you're going to exert, it doesn't mean you have to turn up there like a damn slob. Number 8 kind of ties in. Don't choose to sweat over everything. Especially not in 2022, when most gyms across the entire planet have sprays and cloth now you can wipe all your machines down with when you are finished. I mean, the fact we didn't used to do this is crazy. I'm happy to say I've always done this because, again, I've got massive, massive problems deep down in my soul. But when you go to use a bench and you can just see a circle of water where someone has sweated, this is what happens to your face. You're not able to push hard then because you think if I push my head way back into the leather, I'm going to get some kind of disease. Now, obviously, I'm exaggerating. That's not the case, but it can really throw you off. And given that we're going to the gym to try and push ourselves, to try and be intense, to try and get some kind of muscle hypertrophy, we do not need all these other things going on in our heads. So just clean up, especially if you've got a sweaty back. Again, I don't want to go swim in a river of stuff that's come out of you. Number 7 is don't choose to eat in the gym. If you want to eat beforehand in the locker room, great. If you want to be afterwards in the locker room, great. But don't do it when you're lifting weights. I saw this the other day. Somebody whacked out their Tupperware when they were on the leg press. I'm like, I'm sorry, no. There's no way, no matter what diet you're on, that you should be needing to eat calories in the middle of your workout, unless you've got some kind of intra-workout shake, but that is different. If you've gone to yourself, oh man, I need to get my protein and carbs in right now, through a chicken and potato snack, you need to go back to the drawing board and you need to figure out what you're going to do. And if you are going to do that, at least go away from where somebody else would be able to lift weights. I was just in one of those moods when I wasn't able to talk to someone, and I was like, I can't use a leg press right now. And I really wanted to use a leg press, so I can't just do that weird thing when you're walking around because I had no backup plan. You always should have a backup plan too. But all because some Mother Hubbard, some schmo, decided he wanted a little snacky snack halfway through his workout. So honestly, please don't do it. And then at number 6 is don't choose to watch Netflix. This also happened on the leg press on a different day, so I don't know what it is about the leg press. But in a rest set, you can do whatever you want in those 1 to 2 minutes. You can text, you can call, you can watch a movie, you can watch a TV series. But when you get over that rest set period and you're quite literally just sat on a piece of equipment watching Netflix, that's just watching Netflix. But you've decided to leave your house where you would be comfy and and watch it in the gym. That's just weird. That's just a bizarre thing to do. That's like me saying, hey, do you want to come to the restaurant with me and get some food? And you saying, yeah, sure, but I want to eat it in the river. What are you talking about? The whole point of the ambience in the restaurant is going to be much better than your wet ass sat in some kind of a pond. And it's the same here. You cannot watch 8 minutes of your favorite television show, even if it is Seinfeld or Curb Your Enthusiasm, two of the greatest programs ever. There has to be some kind of system in the gym where you use the machine, you move on. You use the machine, you move on. Otherwise, no one can do jack shit. Which also ties into number 5, don't choose to be a dick. I just mean respect everybody else that comes to the Fitness Palace of Love. Maybe they're new, maybe they're not, maybe they know what they're doing, maybe they have no clue, but you were new to the gym at some point, so let's just be nice, and let's just be respectful, and let's just be welcoming. Let's make sure that everybody who steps through those doors ready to lift some weights feels like they're part of some nice community, and not, doesn't have to be verbally attacked by some idiot going, oh man, why have you even come here to begin with? You're the only person that thinks that's okay. Nobody else in the gym, the Fitness Palace of Love, thinks that's okay. So the irony here is that you are the one that everybody actually hates, even though you're hating on everybody else. Number 4 is don't choose to be Captain Jim. Now, I'm sure you know loads about lifting weights because you've been doing it for the last 25 years and you're jacked and you look like $1 million, but it doesn't mean you have to go up to everybody else and be all like, oh, hello there, here's some advice you didn't want and it's going to intimidate you to the point you're probably never going to come back to the Fitness Palace of Love. Just don't do it. If somebody comes to you and wants advice, give it to them. If you see somebody who is actually endangering themselves, tie it into the last one we talked about, go up, don't be a dick, and just try and give them some advice and see how they take it. But if they don't want it, that's perfectly allowed, because if they want to go in the gym and try and injure themselves, as a human being, they have that right. Too many times I see dictators, not dictators, right? Too much, but I see people dictating to others, and I'm like, that's not going to help. That has never helped. We talked about teachers at the start of this video. When you're pointing, saying, do this, do this, do this, and shouting, and ruining somebody else's self-confidence, even if they don't realize it, their self-worth is going to tank, and they're never going to get anywhere. So be all-encompassing, and just be nice. Is that so hard? People always go, oh man, you're too nice. Who cares? Who cares? We could all stand to be too nice. Number 3 is don't choose to use every single machine. I know you want to do the supersets of all supersets, and I know you want to use the lat pull down on one side of the gym, and you want to superset that with the bicep curl that's over the other side of the gym. But when you're on side right, if somebody side left just happens to want to use the bicep curl, you have to throw your hands in the air and go, you know what? Today just ain't my day. Because if you reserve every bit of kit that is in the Fitness Palace of Love, then nobody else should even come through the door. Because what are they going to do? Oh, you're on the lat pull down, you're on the bench press, you're on the squat, you're on all the individual benches, you're using every single dumbbell, you're using the pull-up bar, you're using the tricep pull downs. What are they going to do? What are they supposed to do? Absolutely nothing. You cannot do that. So if you are going to do a superset, try and keep it within a little area. You can call it your area. Let's say your name is Mike. You can call it Mike's area. Doesn't work at all. Why don't I just go with Aaron? It could be Aaron's area, and then everybody will be able to figure out, and they should be able to respect that as well. But if you are running from left to right to up to down to north to west to south to east, then you can't put that on anybody else. They're just trying to get their workout done too, because let's not forget, everyone's there trying to do their own thing. Which brings us to number 2, don't choose to train without shoes. I mean, 1, it's dangerous. I dropped a weight on my foot once and I still have a gammy toenail and I was wearing shoes. And 2, I don't want your naked feet running around the gym. I think it's weird. That's the whole entry. Number 1 is don't choose to beat yourself up. Sometimes you are going to leave the gym and you're not going to have a good time. You won't have been as strong, you won't have had the energy, it would have been a worse session than the last one you did. And what most of us do as human beings, as individuals, is we start to beat ourselves up. We're like, well, why did that happen? What did I do? Why was it different? Have I screwed up? What do I look like now? Somebody help me. And the answer is not every single session can be as good as you want it to be. It's just not realistic. Maybe you didn't get enough sleep. Maybe you did go at a different time of the day. Maybe your carbohydrate intake wasn't the greatest that it could have been, or you didn't take them at the right time in order to get that boost. It doesn't matter. The fact that you went to the Fitness Palace of Love to begin with is a reason for you to pat yourself on the back and just learn from it. So the next time you go in there, you don't have a similar experience. And even if you do feel like you're a little bit fatigued, you go, oh, I don't want to feel like I felt last time. So let's just give it a little bit more oomph. And when you do give something a little bit more oomph, you actually give it a lot more oomph, because it's like you turn your brain on. But don't beat yourself up. Ultimately, you went to the gym to have fun. You went to the gym to have a good time, even though there are benefits when it comes to your health too. So enjoy it as such. Some sessions are going to be awesome. Some sessions aren't going to be as awesome, but it all counts. And it all ties into the stupid thing, marathon, and it's not a sprint. That's all I can say about it. Too many people really do Well, you hear them say it all the time, oh, I had a terrible gym session yesterday. But you had a gym session, so you must have done something. Sure, next time you're going to be twice as good. I think that's massively important. If not the most important thing, otherwise you're going to be a sad panda. Now, please do leave a comment below and let me know what you think about all of this. Maybe you have some other choices, got written down here, that are forbidden in every gym. It's a weird title. Don't know why I went with it. And please do like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Hit the bell, ding, ding, notification crew, so you know the videos going live. There will be a video on the screen. Please do give it a click. Otherwise, grillermind.com/Simon. Use code Simon to get 10% off at Simon316 on Instagram and Twitter. Patreon.com/Simon316 and on Cameo. Brand new merchandise information coming soon. I'm going to go sort that out right now because I want to get it out there. But otherwise, thank you very much for coming, and I'll see you soon.